Hello, I'm James from James Black Hair, and I'm going to share with you some hairstyling tips and techniques. I'm going to show you how to create a short wedding hairstyle. A lot of brides seem to think when you've got quite short hair, see how short this is through the back, that you're limited, and then that's all you can have is a blow dry on the day. But I'm going to show you a style that you can have that still looks very bridal, with a bit of volume in it, and pin it up. So let me show you what we're going to do. So we take a section here. It's a good idea to put it into a side parting, quite far over as well, because we want that sort of sleek look at the front there. So, and we're going to do a little bit of back combing, and you're also going to need some pins that are the same colour, or try and be the same sort of colour, so use some blonde pins in this case. Okay, you take a section, let's say a horseshoe section around the head. And now we're going to break this section up into sort of centimetre deep sections. What we're going to do is then, with your brush, just give a bit of back combing here. So I'm going to lift the section up like so, keeping quite a bit of tension there, and then halfway up, just over halfway up, and down and down and down. So you're left with this back combed, what looks like a mess to begin with, but this is what you need to do. This is your foundations. This is giving you that solid base to work from. So what we're going to do is do exactly the same centimetre sections in depth, and work all the way to this sectioned off part here at the top of the head. Okay, so after you've followed your back combing all the way to the end, you take that last section that's about a centimetre width, and you're going to want to just gently comb this or brush this over your back combed bit of volume. Now don't worry if that's really quite big at the moment, because it's going to kind of come down in volume. So just gently brushing this over the top. It's entirely up to you, up to the bride, how much volume you want to have. If you've got fairly short hair, it's probably not best to have too much volume, because you don't want too much of a kind of unbalanced contrast. So the hair now, to pin it in, you can take your pins, and you're going to want to just feel along the base of the scalp. Feel once you've got to that, and then in. I'm just going to follow that pattern. You can see like that, and it's just slightly overlapping each other. Don't worry, because they're going to get covered up in a second when we come to do the rest. Right, now we're going to do this section here. Now you may just want to do a little bit of back combing here, just so you've got a bit more hair to work with. Just a bit, because you still want that quite sleek through here, but this is just a tiny bit, so you've got a little bit of hair to work with. So that's only just a tiny little bit of back combing there. I've got this quite tightly gripped with my finger and thumb, and I'm looping that underneath, feeling where the scalp is, and I'm pushing that up into the hair. I'm going to repeat that with this section here. This section you've got here leading up to the parting, you probably want to split that, not quite in half. You're going to have a little bit less towards the front, because this is what we're creating as a sort of sweeping fringe. So pin this up and get that out of the way for now. We'll just work on this section. Front section here, you split into half. Again, just a little bit of back combing, just to give you that slightly more thicker section of hair to work with. It's just going to all pin back and you're going to be able to maneuver it a lot more easily with just a tiny bit of back combing there. And then when you grip this in, just finger and thumb down, just making sure you're weaving that pin right underneath the previous sections that you've done, so the least amount of pins showing as possible, and we can cover those up afterwards. Now I'm going to do exactly the same to the other side. So to hide these remaining pins, we're going to take those out, because believe it or not, the hair is very sturdy now. We don't actually need those original pins, but we will just put a little bit of sparkle in. And that's how to create a short wedding hairstyle.